So one of the things I wanted to do before we started this episode is I wanted you guys to hear exactly what night sounds like in Alabama on the 1st of July. I step outside and it's muggy. You can wear the air, and it's just crazy. It'd be nice and peaceful. You could sit out here and really contemplate life and the world and whatnot if it weren't so muggy. If you didn't walk outside and put the air on like a jacket, it probably wouldn't be quite so bad. But I just thought I'd take a moment and share that theme song. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon. Boy, these episodes are crazy and all over the place. Yesterday I was recovering from being sick, and on top of dealing with just the anxiety and stress and depression, it caused me to have an entire episode where I bitched and ranted and raved the whole time, and it was just very unpleasant. But tonight, things are calm, I'm cool, I'm collected, so we should be able to fight this ghost here at the stairwell. We should be able to wrap up everything here at Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town, and then we should be well on our way to tackling the meat of this game, and whatever else we decide to play tonight. Be gone, intruders! Should be decent episodes, because I've been thinking about it the entire day. The Soul Scope unveiled the ghost's identity. Wild Marowak. It's the deceased Marowak that Team Rocket killed. It was killed while trying to escape with its young. But, yeah, I've been thinking about it all day. I've been like, wow, we really didn't talk much about the game we were playing. It really wasn't so much a let's play as it was one of those annoying videos you see where people will talk for 20-30 minutes over gameplay footage, but it's the gameplay footage is just there, so you have a visual. Despite being a ghost, I'm glad we can physically attack. But we do need to switch out from Onyx. You've done fantastic, Onyx, but you're worn out. It's Wartortle's turn. Alright, go Bubbly Beam. So yeah, we're playing 4 games at once. We're playing Sonic Adventure, Brawl, Prime 2, and Pokemon. The ghost was the restless soul of Cubone's mother. Mother's soul was calmed. It departed to the afterlife. And now we can go upstairs and give Team Rocket what for. Killing Pokemon. Unforgivable. You pieces of trash. Oh, another Cubone. Oh no. Okay. I heard a loud noise. I couldn't tell where it was coming from. Inside the house, outside the house, I don't know. But from the clip I showed you guys at the beginning of the episode, since it's dead middle of summer now. Well, no, that's not true. Well, August would be the middle of summer, right? Here in the northern hemisphere. Either way, there are cicada and crickets and things going off like crazy outside, and that's just the way it is in summer. So I don't mind it, but I don't know if it'll pick up in the recording too. Some people might not. Some people might bitch, but they'll just have to bitch. I think it's charming. Like I said, if it just weren't so darn muggy outside, you could really kind of have yourself one of those peaceful kind of evenings where you just sit and soak it in. Okay, we had caught a Cubone already. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Alright. Now in yellow version, there's not as many Team Rockets to fight overall because Jesse and James from the cartoon / anime, they show up a lot. So like if you're playing yellow version, you would just come up to this room, fight Jesse and James, and then leave. But we have to fight a few Team Rocket members since we're playing blue. And then of course everyone knows that in Japan they released red and green. And then they ran a special campaign, I think in a magazine or something, where you could win blue. I'd have to fact check that because I might be outdated on my facts. But I think blue was officially released in Japan, wasn't it? I think later? I don't know. But when Pokemon came to the States, we got essentially blue version. We didn't get the red or green. We got blue. They called it red and blue here, but it was just blue. They divided it up a little bit, though. They did make the distinctions between the, what would appear, like the version exclusives. Golbat really... his eyes are so much smaller and closer together. He has weird eyes in this one. Uh-oh. We were doing well, but now we're taking a hit thanks to the confusion. Thankfully, we bought potions. Alright. No. Rock Throw. I think we've run out of power points for Rock Slide. Thankfully, Golbat is flying type as well. I give up. Yeah, you should. I'm not going to forget this. Good. Maybe the lesson will stick. This old guy came up and complained about us harming a useless Pokemon. We're talking it over as adults. I don't like you, Team Rocket. You bullies. And you harm the Pokemans, which I can't have you doing that. It looks like Coughing's logo is spray painted on in this one. And his face is upside down. Ah, crap, we've been poisoned. Let's switch out. Pidgeotto, you need some XP. Come on out, buddy. Or Budette. I don't really know in this one. Up into the sky we go. Don't be poisoned, don't be poisoned, don't be poisoned, son of a whore. We're poisoned. Alright. Fly! Blah, 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 blah. Ninetales could use some action. Pidgeotto, good job, come back. Go, Ninetales! I saw today on Twitter, they are going to be releasing amiibos for all of the returning veteran fighters for Smash. Pichu, Wolf, whoever else, I can't remember. Ice Climbers didn't get an amiibo because they weren't in Smash Wii U or 3DS. I am tempted to collect all of the Smash amiibos, I really am. I like the amiibos, but they were kind of... they come after my time, you know. At my age, collecting toys and figurines to play in games are a little beyond my reach. They're not as much of an interest to me because of all the adulting you have to do when you're in your 30s. It's just not it's not as appealing, you know. It's just not there for you. Some people it is, and that's fine. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying for me it hasn't been. It's been a real turbulent time for the last handful of years when it comes to video games in my own life, anyhow. So, not to mention, it's just really expensive. Really super expensive. I have all the Metroid amiibos. That is something I'm sticking to, since Metroid is my main go-to flagship franchise that I'm tied to, both on the internet and in my own life. I will always get the Metroid amiibos. I currently have all the ones you can get. I'm waiting on Ridley. Pokemon are only good for making money. Stay out of our business. God, you sound so American. I tried to say such and so at the same time. You sound like an American, sir. The Americans care about one thing and one thing only, the capitalist swine. God, I do hate that, though. I mean, I like going to the store and buying things. I'm not a materialist, but I'm also at the same time, I'm accustomed to owning things. I am an American after all. I grew up in a materialistic capitalist society, but I'm very sensitive to the plight of other people, especially with the fall of Soviet Russia when I was a fetus, coming from the 80s. You know, I guess I was a couple of years old when that happened. I looked into communism and socialism as a viable form of government, and it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. But I think a lot of the socialist and anti-communist propaganda the U.S. is pouring out, even in the 50s and then the 80s too, that was a detriment to all societies around the world. Because as much as they were trying to tie the notion of freedom and democracy to capitalism, which they're not, one is an economic system, one is a governmental system. The two can work together, but right now they're not so much. I think that we need some legislation here in the U.S. that would protect us. We need like we have the separation of church and state, we also need a separation of money and politics. And right now there is none. So you can become what's known as a career politician. You can, right out of school, you can start a political career and go all the way through local government, your state government, federal. You could become a senator, congressperson. You could even go on to become the president. It's definitely a chain there that you could follow if you were so inclined to, you know. You had the skills and the mindset for it. It's not necessarily bad work. Being a public servant definitely has its charm and its appeal, but we need something that will stop the politicians from being bought and sold. Because, you know, even at the moment, we can't even get common sense gun control. I'm a liberal. I don't want to take anybody's guns away. I'm all about freedoms. You want a gun? Own guns. I just would like to make it harder for people who are mentally unstable to get guns. Children who are on the edge and might shoot up a school. I'd like to make it a little more difficult for them to obtain firearms. That'd be great. But as long as we have this black and white fighting going back in this country between two sets of politicians, you know, two sides with your left and your right, it's never going to get any better. Mr. Fuji, hey, you came to save me. Thank you. But I came here of my own free will. I came to calm the soul of Cubone's mother. I think Marowak's spirit has gone to the afterlife. I must thank you for your kind concern. Follow me to my home, Pokémon House, at the foot of this tower. Alright. Mr. Fuji had been praying alone for Cubone's mother. Oh crap, we're still poisoned. It's so warm. Pokemon are so nice to hug. What are you hugging? A side hug? Yeah, I guess that would be a mammal. Yes. Your Pokedex quest may fail without love for your Pokemon. I think this may help your quest. Yay! Upon hearing the Pokeflute, sleeping Pokemon will spring awake. It works on all sleeping Pokemon. Alright, let's take a trip to the Pokemon Center. That is a thing we desperately need to have happen. Alright, we're in need of a refreshment. Speaking of refreshment, I need a sip of my drink. We are, since it is the 1st and we're at the top of a new month, we're going to start the fasting. And this time we're going to go for as long as we can. I know it's not the most healthy thing in the world, but the weight is back. I've managed to undo years of hard work. And that's not kosher. That is no bueno. That is not going to work for me. It's time to crank down and get this thing done. I let 2 years of severe depression stop me from exercising and dieting and doing what I needed to do to be a proper adult and function in the real world. No more. Wait, don't say a word. You wanted this. Where do you plan to put this? We're out of item space, aren't we? Yep. Can anybody learn teleport? Nope. Alright, fine. I will go manage my items. I'm so glad that the item management is so much better in modern times. You don't have to worry about it. We probably could stand to shed a few things, though. I haven't looked at my bag in a while, so we need to do that. Alright, we don't need to tote that around anymore. HMO2, we don't need to tote that around anymore. Alright, now we just need to sell some crap. Probably need to start buying Great Balls too. We have so many Pokeballs though. I guess we can keep trying to use the Pokeballs for now. We bought 99 of them, so we might as well use them while we have them. Alright, let's see. Alright, and get rid of the nuggets. We have 2 of them. Good grief. We could use the money, so I'm going to go ahead and shed the HP, whatever the hell's. I wasn't really paying that much attention. The elixirs could be considered useful. We might need them when we reach the Elite Four, so I'll tell you what we'll do. Well, then again, Onyx runs out of Rock Slide so fast, we'll probably end up using them, just trying to level up Onyx. Alright, hold on. 26, 29, so Ninetales and Onyx are the lowest, Wartortle being the highest level, so we'll put you down here, 27, okay, there we go. We'll just keep trying to grind them out, make that our awesome team. I don't want to have to walk all over the place. Walking is slow. Okay. Cool. Now we have Psychic. I don't think anyone on my team can learn Psychic, because my idiot tail forgot to raise a Psychic type, or even a Ghost type. Maybe it's time to make a team change, actually. That's a difficult decision to make. But it needs to be made. Oh. Onyx. I need to put you in the box for a moment, bud, because we need to start working towards... did we not catch... We didn't catch a Ghastly. The whole time we were over there, we didn't catch one single Ghastly. Damn it. Alright, let's go back and get a Ghastly, shall we? Alright. There's never enough team slots. I hear that with Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, you'll actually carry your box system around with you in your bag, meaning you can kind of switch out Pokemon on the fly. To me, that is just absolutely necessary. They should have done that years ago, instead of having to go all the way back to a Pokemon Center and switch out manually. Ooh. Grossness. Being able to do it that way would be so much better. And then, of course, in 2019, we're getting a new core RPG entry into the series. I have no idea what it is, and I'm super excited. Probably Gen 8 at this point, because they did say there'd be a whole lot of new Pokemon, which is gonna make it's gonna make me completing the Dex this year. It's gonna kind of make me what's the word I'm looking for here? Not neurotic, sporadic maybe? It's gonna make me panic, basically. Oh, we gotta finish the Dex, gotta finish the Dex, gotta finish the Dex. And I also gotta figure out a way to evolve our Haunter when we get to that point, because Haunter, it's one of those that you have to trade to a friend to get Gengar. I'll figure that out off screen, because I don't feel like wasting you guys' time with that. Gotcha. Alright, now we'll just start training up the Ghastly. Almost invisible. This gaseous Pokemon cloaks the target and puts it to sleep without notice. Ooh. Aren't you something? Alright. Went up to the second floor because, or the third floor, because I don't know if anything shows up on this floor. I know nothing shows up here on the first floor. Alright. So, we heal the Ghastly. Bum, 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 bum. Alright. We can ditch the Silph-Scope. We will not be needing it again, probably for the rest of the game. Since we're not going to bother with completion of the Pokedex, we'll just go with completing the story. I mean, there is one thing post fighting the League, because after you fight the League and win, credits roll, and it'll be like, hey, the end and all that, but you do need to come back into the game and explore the cave north of Cerulean City, because that's where you'll find Mewtwo and a lot of powerful Pokemon, and I do want that experience. I also want to catch all three of the birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, so that is also something we are going to work toward doing. Where is TM29? Teach that to Ghastly. Alright, do we have anything else cool that Ghastly could learn? What is 07? Is Horn Drill? No. 49 is Tri Attack. I don't think so. No. 12 is Water Gun. No. 30 is Teleport. Now, Teleport. No? Okay, I thought he could learn Teleport. Excuse me. Counter. I don't think that would work because, yeah, we're not physical. We can't really bounce back. Let's fight this guy. He'll probably have a lot of water Pokemon, and we'll see what Ghastly can do. It'll be Ghastly's first fight. Go! Oh, we cannot have this. This is all out of order. This hurts my eyes. Has to be in descending length. Has to be. That's some Nightshade, you weird looking Goldeen. Looks so weird. I don't understand how pet can hurt because we're not physically a thing. That's okay. Oh, we need to buy some potions. That is a thing we need to go do. Alright. Just keep hitting it with Psychic, I guess, Ghastly. I mean... Yep. I think Ghastly will evolve into Haunter at 24. Level 24, I believe. Is the golden level. You... Butthole. I have just the thing for you. Raichu, we need your help. go. Yeah, you better water gun. Don't you dare hypnosis me again. Thunderbolt. So satisfying. And, Ghastly's still asleep, though. But he needs the XP. Tell you what we'll do. Kind of cheat Goldine out of a victory here. Ghastly went out, technically, so it'll get XP for having been in battle, but... Damn it. Come on. Come on. Confuse no more. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Tip the boat, don't rock the boat. Don't tip the boat over, rock the boat. I just realized that I need to work on my music tonight, my music collection. I'm trying to rename files, sort everything out on my hard drive, and it's a mess. It's a mess in there. I'm not even going to try and lie about it. It is an absolute disaster. Alright. Wake Ghastly up and replenish the health. Alright, well, we did what we said we were going to do today. We finished Pokemon Tower. We got the Poke Flute. We can wake up Snorlax now. Actually, that would make a perfect ending to this episode. Kind of make up for yesterday's bitch fest by actually focusing on the gameplay, since that's what Let's Plays are. And I did say that I want to try some other videos that aren't Let's Plays, but we'll see. I don't know. These are easy enough. These are easier to make than some of the content that I watch on YouTube. You know, there are vlogs. There are I forget what those videos are called, where people sit down and talk while they eat a meal. Mukbang, something like that. You have reviews. You have so much on YouTube to choose from. These definitely seem to be the easiest, production-wise, because they don't require much. I don't have to buy a super expensive camera and then like go out into the world and try to get footage. Which I would like to do that. I'd like to get a drone too. I'm real big on the drones. I would love to be able to, because I take pictures of some really awesome sunsets around here, where it's like somebody just exploded paint cans over a canvas, and I did that today actually. I woke up at like 7 o'clock this evening and went out to try to squeeze in some Pokemon Go on what daylight we had left, and what? Yeah, and I took some really awesome pictures. Oops, I was not paying that much attention, was I? Oh well. Parasect. So yeah, a drone, it would allow me to capture some really nice, you know, sky shots. I like the way Cow Chop does things. I like the way that they'll do Let's Plays, but they'll incorporate real world footage in, you know, videos of themselves with the face cam, then they'll add skits and bits, and it's really nice. I feel a sneeze. Is it coming? No? Yes? No? Yes? No? Yes? No? Yes? No? Okay, I almost sneezed, but it went away. I forgot just how many fishermen there were down here. I thought, hey, let's just go straight to the Snorlax. Nope. All the fishermen. So we're just going to stretch this video out to around 30 minutes. People have said I should stretch them to 30 anyhow instead of doing the 20, but then last night I was so worked up and I was literally boiling alive sitting here in my own sweat, and it was just gross. Immediately showered after last night's recording sessions. Alright. You were easy enough to beat using Racha. Good old Racha. I'd rather be working. Then why are you at work? Why are you out here on the pier? Ooh, I sounded so punchable just then. Alright. Sorry, Poliwag, but you're standing between me and the target. The target. You know, when I went to see Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom in theaters the day before yesterday, it was on Friday, I think. Yeah, today's Sunday. The trailers were just, ugh. I'm a previews guy. I enjoy the previews before a movie. I didn't this time. They sucked. Hollywood is done. They are so washed up and done. You are just over Hollywood. You had a good run. You've given us some extremely important movies. But at this point, like television, you done. You done, son. Which sucks. Going to the movies is one of my all-time favorite things to do. I love going to the movies. I'd live at the movies if I could. I've even thought about getting a job at the theater, but I'm afraid to do so because it's a dying medium. Everything will be, you know, straight to home viewing before long. I don't know how they're going to do that either, because everybody can just OBS it. They'd have to figure out a way to keep people from bootlegging. Alright. How many more trainers are left between here and the Snorlax? Oh, none. We made it. Alright, well, we're going to stop here for today, and then we'll pick back up tomorrow with trying to fight and capture good old Snorlaxy here. Alright, see you folks.